Tonight we are crossing the pond. We have a USA Wonder Kid joining me on Insta Live. This kid I am dubbing as the next Teofimo Lopez. He is slick, he is fast, fast hands, fast feet, spiteful, looking to hurt you. This kid is a little mini savage. I want to get this kid on. Let's find out more about him. He is going to be one of the future champions that you guys need to follow and you need to watch out for. So let me invite him in. One second. Let's get him into the chat. Hey, Chace Miller.
How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you. Are you driving? I didn't think you was old enough to drive yet.
Nah, I'm not.
Listen, welcome on to the Gunman Insta Live. My name is Wesley Gunman Graham. I am here in London. Thank you very much for taking your time to come on and speak with myself and the fight fans. For those that do not know this kid, he is a USA Wonder Kid. He is a National Junior Golden Glove 2023 champion, slick technician. I would like to call you the next Teofimo Lopez because I like your style. You might not like me saying that, but I like to call you the next Teofimo Lopez because you go with that Gordo Boxing, that nice slick, fast hands, fast footwork. So this is Chace Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you are following this dude. So first and foremost, your nickname, I should say, your fight name is Absolute Pressure.
Yeah.
Is it exactly what it says on the tin? Is that how you got that name?
Yep.
Is that how you fight then? You're always going forward? For those that haven't seen you fight before, how would you explain your style?
Well, I have multiple ways in my style, whether I want to take my time and move around the ring. And then I got times where I want to go forward and put output and pressure and stuff like that. I got multiple styles, southpaw, orthodox. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really lovely, really lovely. Would you, how do you feel about me calling you the next Teofimo Lopez?
I mean, I like it. Teo's a slick fighter. He's fast, sharp. He got the power. He knows how to put it together.
Yeah. Do you see similarities in your style and his?
Yeah. We both like to be on our feet as well. Popping the jab, being sharp, slick, head movement.
Yeah. Who's this brother that's next to you?
This is my dad.
Nice to meet
you. I'm Andre Miller. I'm AP's father.
Lovely to meet you. Are you his coach as well? Do you help with the coaching?
Yeah, I'm one of his coaches. He has 3 coaches, and I'm one of his.
Okay, and who's the other 2? So King Senior, I believe.
Yes, King Senior, and Coach Dirt, Shakur's uncle from New Jersey.
Oh, brilliant! So you guys are from the Bronx.
Yeah.
I had Bernard Hopkins on my Insta Live about 2 weeks ago, and he said that it's imperative to have a tough upbringing if you want to get to the very top. His exact words were, "It's hard to train hard with silk underwear on." Is it hard where you guys are living? Is the Bronx as bad as people say?
No.
I mean, it depends. Life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Bronx, easy for us. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You've had some
I
great.
understand what they say though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've got a couple of rich kid fighters, if you like. You know, just put it like that in the UK, like Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. You know, their dads are rich and they're wealthy. They're born into wealth. And so, you know, Bernard was saying it's hard for them to get up, do the runs, and have the same edge that he had, for example, where he went into prison, he was stabbed twice, he had to learn really to fight to survive. But the Bronx has got a fearsome reputation, but I take it you keep your son away from any badness, right?
Yeah, definitely, because I grew up through most of the badness, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a lot harder for my parents, but, you know, it got a little easier for me. So, you know, I keep him out of it. But, you know, he still had to deal with it because, you know, he had to grow up in the environment. He had to still go to school in the environment. And then even the kids he prepared with in many of the gyms, you know, is from the environment. So
it's really refreshing to have both father and son on the live. I'm really glad that you took some time to also come on, Mr. Miller Senior. Can I say, did you always want your son to fight?
Actually, no, because I was a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I didn't box, but I had to fight in the street a whole lot. So, you know, coming up, I actually wanted him to, you know, he's a very smart kid. He's been in school since 1. So I wanted him to, you know, just whatever he loves, you know, just do it at the very best that he can, you know. And he just happened to just keep going in the direction of a fighter, you know.
Yeah.
Started
Your
when
son
he,
is
started when he was 2, 3 years old.
Yeah.
He was watching Bruce Lee tying his robe around his waist, the rope string, and watching Bruce Lee documentaries. Yeah, when we would put it on Netflix for him, he would choose a documentary where there's no action, anything. They're explaining how Bruce Lee throws his shots correctly, and he would be into that.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. I love that. I absolutely love that. Your son is an exciting fighter. I've been researching him since King Senior said that I needed to get him on here. Fantastic fighter, absolutely fantastic. Can I just ask you, Chace, who's your favourite fighter at the moment? Current pro?
It's a mix-up between Terrence Crawford and Gervonta Davis.
Oh, really? Yeah, both superb.
He's
both superb.
Also a switch fighter for anybody who don't know. You know, he goes both.
I mean, I described him as the next Teo Lopez. How do you feel about that, Mr. Miller Senior?
Yeah, I feel like Teofimo is slick, and he has the power, and you know, he has a whole bunch of attributes that my son has. Only thing is, the only thing I don't see Teo do is switch southpaw orthodox. You know,
no, he doesn't switch it. He doesn't switch it. But your son's got that sort of Gordo Boxing, you know, that New York style, rugged, comes forward, looking to Brock man up. You know what I mean? Looking to bad man up. How old are you, Chace Miller?
15. I just turned 15 in February.
Okay. And what's your current record?
18-4.
Wow, that's brilliant, isn't it? That's sublime. That is superb. Seeing you of your age, that's fantastic. And let's just talk about your team. So your father, you've got King Senior, you've got one other coach. So are you King Senior's based in? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know as well as you, of course. So correct me if I'm wrong. So King Senior's based in Dallas, so isn't he? And so do you travel to him?
No, he's in Houston.
Oh, sorry, Houston. Yeah. So do you travel there to him?
Yeah, sometimes we travel to him, or he would come over here.
Okay. So how often do you train with him?
Whenever he's in the area or whenever we come.
Yeah.
But it's a lot because he'll come every other month, or we'll get to him every other month. So it'll probably be. There was a year where, you know, we only had like 2 weeks off from him at a time. You know, we'll always be in his presence, but sometimes, you know, he'll be away for like probably 3 weeks or something, or a month, the longest. But yeah, that's his head coach though. You know.
Yeah. That's his head coach.
Yeah.
So, and what gym do you train at in New York?
Currently we training out of we use Dole Center. You know, he started in Morris Park, but we never really got to settle in New York because we always bouncing around for sparring and everything. And he had a gym in his bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So we just, anywhere we could get it was our gym. You know, even on the basketball court, we training.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's lovely. That is really lovely to hear. And listen, I would love to be a fly on the wall to watch you sparring King Jr. Now that must be entertaining. You get to watch
Yeah.
that all the time, Mr. Miller.
Oh my God.
Tell
One
me how
time,
that
one time
sparring
they worked.
goes.
One time they worked for almost an hour. It was about 49 minutes. What I recorded. They were sparring. Yeah, and it was no breaks in between. There was times where they went 20 minutes straight, no breaks in between. Yeah,
Really, just one round.
one big 20-minute round. Yeah,
Oh,
they go at it when they spar sometime, and then right after you wouldn't even think they were sparring. They both playing the game, the Call of Duty together, running around, enjoying
yeah.
life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
it's
tell
just
you what,
it's
I'll
easy
tell you
like
what, Mr.
breathing.
Miller, that's the beauty of this sport. Like, you can punch your mate in the face for like, half an hour, and then you just
Yeah,
still take photos in the ring together afterwards. And you know what I mean? That's the beauty of this sport, isn't it? You know?
yeah, definitely. I love that part about it.
Yeah.
No hard feelings. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. It's just unbelievable. Couple of questions for you, Miller Senior, Chace Miller Senior, Chace Miller Junior. Sorry, my bad. Couple of questions for the young lad. Well, firstly, I want you to explain some of this behaviour that I found of yours. Now, I want you to explain some of this behaviour and just tell me how on earth you guys do this. Now, check this out. Okay, I'm just going to flip the camera around. Now, check this out. Right now, look at this. Right, I should put some sound on. Now, I'm not doing any justice here. Let me put some sound on this. Look at this. Here he is. There he is. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So what I wanted to ask was, is this um, is this just all catching reflexes?
Um,
Is it,
it's
is
like
it,
the
is it just catch and shoot? So you know when to catch and you know when to shoot on each touch, if you like, or do you have to rehearse that for a long time?
certain combos you have to rehearse and stuff like that, but you use your reflexes in the ring, like use your reflexes in the ring that you use for the combo. So like when you see it, you know how to be fast and use your speed and make sure it looks good.
Yeah, man, it is beautiful to watch. That is. How much do you think, Mr. Miller Senior? How much do you think tippy tappy pads works for fighters? Though, because a lot said here that the tippy tappy stuff is for the camera, and really you don't use that in a fight. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, obviously, I know your son does that, so you'll be biased towards it. But do
They
you?
they always say don't give away too much, but one thing with with that type of pad work, it definitely work with the quick twitch reflexes. You
Yeah,
understand? When you in a fight, sometimes you in a close range fight or a mid range fight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Where you and the guys both firing at each other nonstop, but you gotta go from firing to defense instantly. You got to be able to do it in that quick, you know what I'm saying, exchange and get up out of there.
yeah,
And with fast pad work with the defense and the offense at the same time, it's no better school for that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
To
yeah.
be able to fight in those type of
We've
situations.
just had Zab Judah jump into the chat, which is lovely to see. Great champion. Couple of quick fire questions for you, Chace Miller Jr. So, who's your hardest sparring partner? I think I know the answer to this one.
By far King Jr.
Okay, fair enough. What's your favorite punch?
I like to use all my punches really.
Yeah, but your dad's sitting next to you, so just say the jab. When your dad's sitting next to you and he's your coach, just say the jab. You'll have a nice day. But you don't have any favourite shot, like a little cheeky uppercut or something a bit sexy.
Um, I'd say I like my uppercut. I like my jab. A lot of people say they like my jab, especially when I use it with my right hand, set up my right hand. I really just like all my punches.
You got a beautiful left hook too. That gazelle is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's got a lovely repertoire, hasn't he? Who's been your toughest fight so far?
I wouldn't really say the fights are tough. I'd just say like it's how you're feeling on the day and how your opponent is.
So there's no one opponent that you can say, oh, he was tasty.
Not really.
I like that. I like that. What's the worst part of training? What do you hate doing?
The days when you don't want to train.
There's got to be. Listen, no one likes hill sprinting, do they? Find me a man that likes hill sprinting or burpees. Find me a man, Mr. Miller, Senior, who likes burpees, and I'll tell you that man's a sick man.
I mean,
do you know what I mean?
He don't have a problem with the burpees, you know.
Really?
What's your record on the burpees? How much you did straight?
What, 60, I think.
Yeah, but and sets. And sets, I think it was 300 you did one day?
Oh yeah, and sets 300.
300 burpees in one day.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a part of the training. So the 300 burpees was a part of it. But one time, you know, he was trying to show off one day, man. I don't know if it was showing off, but he did 1,250 sit-ups straight, no stopping.
Oh, really? I bet he must have been folded up. I bet he must have been like folded up like a deck chair the next day, though.
I started to feel it the next day.
That's unbelievable. All right, then what about this one? First round KO or 12-round masterclass?
12-round masterclass.
Lovely. All right. 5-weight world champion or go your whole career unbeaten?
That's a good one.
No, it's not. They're all good ones. What are you going for?
I'd have to say it depends how high my record is, though.
Yeah.
Like in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. It all depends.
What are you going to go for then? Unbeaten or 5-weight champion, 5-weight world champion?
So hold on, the unbeaten is never a world champion?
Well, no, it's whatever you think whatever you want to make of it.
Oh, unbeaten then.
Yeah, unbeaten then. All right, I like that. All right, then what about this one? Okay, last couple of questions, and I'll let you bounce. All right, what about this? World champion or Saudi money?
World champion.
Mate, Saudi money could be like 1 billion. Okay, let's say Saudi money's 200 million. What are you going for? World champion or 200 mil?
I mean, 200 mil, I'm basically a champion at that point.
Look at the dad. The dad's like, take the money. Listen, the money is insane. And at the end of the day, this is my opinion anyway. I don't know what you think about this, Mr. Miller Sr., but you're a prize fighter. At the end of the day, you've got to take the prizes, right? Because I don't know if you saw the other day, Jay Opataya, he's a cruiserweight world champ. He gave up the belt so he could fight in Saudi. And he was like, I can always go back and win that belt again. But Saudis have called and they've got the bucks. So what are you going to do? You going to go for the money or you go to the belt?
Gotta go to money, because if I'm the champion and I'm not getting paid like the champion, am I really the champion?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you there. Your kid's he's got his head on the right shoulders, Mr. Miller Senior. I
appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely great. So, listen, when's your next fight, little man? When's your next fight? What plans have you got for the year?
Right now, I don't have a fight date, but I know this year I want to compete in a couple national tournaments.
Yeah, we had a fight for this Saturday that was coming up. but it was canceled. It was actually in Nebraska, and Terrence Crawford was hosting an amateur tournament.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, a lot of fighters were pulling out of the fight, so the guy he was matched with, he wasn't able to go fight. So that one was canceled. So we just gonna go for the national tournaments that's coming up.
Yeah. So you won the Golden Gloves. So you'll be doing that again then, right? Is that the same tournament you're talking about?
Yeah, that one too. We're gonna go to that tournament, and we're gonna go to the USA boxing national tournaments to see if we can win a couple of these USA tournaments.
Oh, that's brilliant. So you're really looking
Yeah,
to
the
step it
big
up.
national. Yeah, he already stepped it up after the Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
He stepped it up and won USA nationals and ended up fighting the number one in the country. We came up short, but he definitely did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was running through his opponents up until that fight in the semifinals.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about like the card that's just been announced literally about an hour ago, and it's in LA, and basically the Saudis have chucked a load of money into LA boxing, and you've got the main event is Terence Crawford. He's fighting a guy called Madrimnov. You got Isaac. It's just been announced, and you got Tim Zoo and Bertrand.
Leo Santa Cruz is fighting that night too.
Oh, mate, the card. You got Andy
Beautiful
Cruz,
card.
a Cuban, fighting Moran.
Yeah.
Jesus, Jarrell Miller is fighting Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, Andy Ruiz. Yeah, that one is. Yeah,
Jarrell Miller.
Gonna be amazing.
Oh my God, Sam! Like, these Saudis, they're not messing around. They put us in for a treat now. They're taking over. Vegas is no longer. Vegas and Madison Square Gardens is no longer the Mecca. It's all about Riyadh season. So I hope to see your son fighting in Saudi Arabia. I'll be a huge reporter by then. Your son will be a multi-weight world champion, and we'll be chilling on the beaches of Saudi together.
Yep. That's the goal. Yeah. Every single day we train. The minimum we train is 2.5 hours. One training session. That's the minimum. Wow. We put in work.
Yeah. It's been absolutely brilliant to have your son on the live today. I really wish you both the absolute most success. I think all the fight fans on here that have joined in as well will really enjoy. Your son. He's going to be an absolute superstar. What's it like talking to a black guy with an English accent?
I have a lot of family in England. So it's normal for me. A lot of family in England.
When I come over to the States, literally some people were saying, "Are you putting that voice on?" And I was like, No, this is just how I normally talk. And they were like, "Yeah, you're just having us on. You must be joking, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, this is how I talk.
I was
this is how
trying to imitate the accent when I was coming up. I liked it. And the ladies loved the accent. And my cousins from England, when they came over here, man, a woman that everybody trying different ways on trying to they get them easy with the accent. All they gotta say is hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's like Pied Piper. It's like the Pied Piper. So listen, this leads me on to my last question. How are you gonna, as you win fights, Miss Little Man, as you win fights, Chace Miller, Dad, how are you gonna keep him out of the limelight? With winning fights comes popularity. With winning fight comes followers. With him winning fights comes money. With him winning fights come women. With him winning fights comes Vegas. Have you thought about the dangers of protecting your son and keeping him focused and on track? I know it's something you probably don't want to think about, but it's something I want to ask you.
It's a topic that we address a whole lot. Me and him have a whole lot of discussions about it. Even when we watch certain pro fights, certain upsets that we seen, like the other one we just seen, we start to we think on it. When they go back to the drawing board, we go back to the drawing board too. So me and my son, we speak about how we're gonna try to, stay disciplined in the craft so that certain upsets don't get to us. Because we learn from everything. We don't just learn from ourselves. We learn from everybody who's done it before us.
Yeah, you'll be surprised, mate. That there, with success comes haters. and people trying to bring you down. And I'm sorry to bring this part of the game up, but like even with me, I've run a channel. I interview fighters. I've had promoters stopping people coming on to my trying to stop people coming on because I've got voice in the game over here. I've had problems, you know, people trying to stop me grow. And it's the same for a fighter. You'll have people trying to stop you from getting where you want to be. You know, whether it be the judges, the promoters, the women. You know this is true, Mr. Miller, Senior. You know this is true, and you just got to be there for your son to guide him through, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing. You know, he has that personality already where he ignores a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And I love that because that's the best way to get through. You know, you just ignore everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about staying on that narrow path. You know, it's about trying to be iconic, and to be an icon, you have to be able to, you know, overcome all negativities. You know,
I mean, I even get upset when I see a bad comment on my socials. It still bothers me, and you got to learn to, you know, just deflect that and just be like, listen, not everyone's gonna like what you're doing. You know what I mean?
yes.
But 95% of what I'm doing, I interview fighters of all levels. I interviewed Bernard Hopkins, and then my next interview was a kid that was 12 that had 3 skill bouts. You know, so I interview fighters of all levels, but you know, still you get people hating on you. And it used to really affect me. And then after a while, you think, listen, it doesn't matter what that person. The people that hate on you, Chace Miller Jr., the people that hate on you, the guys that are jealous and they just wanna be where you are. Isn't that right, Mr. Senior? You know,
Yes, sir.
It's just the people that hate are fueled on hate. They're just jealous, and a lot of the time, you know, you just have to listen to the right people, isn't it? Listen to your dad. King Senior's brilliant. King Senior's
Definitely.
a great person to have in your corner, isn't he?
Yeah, King. Yeah, he's an amazing coach, man. I'm telling you, he has an eye, you know, a talented eye to see things in all situations of boxing. You know, from the inside to mid range, the outside. You know, he's very technical. You know, and he believes in, you know, perfecting the craft. You know, being a complete fighter from every angle. You know what I'm saying? Every part of the ring, from the middle, from fighting off the ropes. You know what I'm saying? So that's an excellent coach, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
I recommend him to anybody who's, you know what I'm saying, locked in on that kind of a level, you know?
Mr. Miller Senior, I'm watching your son and all of that stable from afar. I'm in London, but I follow you guys, and I'm really inspired by what I'm seeing, and I really can't wait to see you guys start. You know, when these kids growing up, and you know, strap season starting to come, and I can really see some of the boys in there really being like the next Tanks, the next Shakurs, the next. You know, you guys are phenomenal. So keep it up, AP. I love what you're doing. It's absolutely fantastic. Last question for you, and then I'll let you go because I know you guys are in the car. But AP, what's a good year for you? What would you say? Look, if this happens this year, I am going to be one happy brother.
A good year for me right now is just keep on racking up national championships.
Yeah, brilliant. Love it. And I'm sure you will, my friend. I'm sure you will. Listen, thank you very much, guys, for coming on. I really hope we can continue to get you back on the show as you grow, as you progress, as your journey progresses. I thank you very much as well, Mr. Senior, for coming on. I absolutely love to see. Yeah,
We
absolutely.
thank you. Appreciate you for interviewing us.
No, it's an absolute pleasure, and it's brilliant that we've got the technology. That I'm in London. It is 9:30 p.m. I need to go to bed soon.
We're about to go to the gym right after this interview. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I won't get in the way of your training, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant that we could talk, and I'm the other side of the world, and we can just connect in an instant. And I hope I can have more interviews with you to coming up as well. So keep batting them up, keep smashing them in, and I'll see you guys later.
Definitely, man. Peace. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Junior.
All right, thank you too.
Take it easy, brother.